Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Cab Crew Wednesdays. I want to welcome everybody here, and we got Dave from Crooked River Eastern.
How's it going?
Hello, everybody. So let's see who's all in the chat. Let me see here. Let me go back. Wow, there's a lot of.
I just got notified that Derailed Daryl is having Camp Crew Wednesdays.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's how it comes out. Well, you guys have been chatting up a storm. Holy mackerel! I got to go way back.
A lot of guys in
Wow!
there.
Holy mackerel!
I don't know. Should I hit the like button? I don't know if I like this channel.
Okay, so we got Wigwag, and Wigwag was first in. So Wigwag, Steven, you get the cookie. So from there, we've got Artie from Aussie American Railroad. Good
Hey,
evening.
Artie, the wigwag.
And we've got Curly from Curly Express. Hello, Dwight.
Hey, Dwight.
And we've got Steve, 87th PSAP. Welcome, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
And well, looks like those are just. And we got John from Schuylkill River Valley. Welcome, John. Thank you for being here. And let's see who else we got in here.
Peyton Taylor.
We've got Peyton Taylor. Good evening, Peyton. Thank
Peyton,
you.
I'm subscribing to your channel right now, buddy. I'm not subscribed to you. I didn't know. Sorry. But now I am.
Well, there you go.
Let's go watch a video now.
Then we've got Thomas Grassi. Hello, Thomas. And we got DES Media Productions. Good evening, Dave.
Hey, DES.
And then we got George from FL Railroad Dog. Good evening, George. Welcome. Thank you for being here. And we got Stormy Sky Rail Productions. Thank you for being
here. I am
here.
looking forward to the video you got coming up with that new Operation Lifesaver.
Oh, yeah.
Locomotive from CSX.
And we've got John Benicki. Welcome, John. Thank you for being here. And we've got Cerna Junior Lewis. Thank you for being here. And then we've also got SCL 1970. Thank you very much for being here. We've got Martin Shearsma. Good evening, Martin. And we've got Pappy from Try Googling.
Hey, Pappy.
And we've got Randall Ellison. And we've got Ronald Renew. Thank you for being here, Ronald. And we've got Plumber number 33. Welcome, Plumber. And it looks like I caught up with the chat. I want to thank you, everybody, for being here. And again, it's
Martin,
just,
how you doing?
It's amazing how quick a week goes by. It's just simply amazing.
You ain't wrong.
Yeah, no. And I hope everybody was doing well this week. So, Dave, you want to start off by announcing something?
First, I got to laugh. Text my wife just sent me. Yeah, guys, I sent up a community post. I totally lost track of, like he said, I mean, time flies by. I would have mentioned something last week, but I totally got missed my dates off. But I have to take my wife to a procedure tomorrow. You know, you turn 50 and then you got to get everything checked out, you know. So just a routine colonoscopy. So I had to laugh. She just sent me. She started drinking that stuff like at 5 o'clock. So she hadn't left the bathroom yet. I remember. I'm laughing because I just did it a year ago when I turned 50. So anyway, she's gonna have anesthesia and that. So I gotta have her there at 7 in the morning. So by the time I get back and everything, I don't know if I'll be back in time to do the show at 9. Now, depending how she's feeling, I may pop on sometime in the morning or even early afternoon. We'll just see how things are going. I'm not going to push my luck on that one. So sorry about that. I appreciate the understanding and all that with it. So just fingers crossed they don't find anything. And like you said, it's just a routine because she's 50 now, and you know, hopefully it stays as just a routine and nothing out of the ordinary. So we'll find out. So anyways, that's what I got going on. You know, I got do have a video. I think it's scheduled for either 8 or 9 o'clock tomorrow morning to come out, a little layout update, just what I've been up to on the layout. I made a little bit of progress, so tune into that if you guys have time. That's about it, you know. That's all I got, really.
Welcome, Sean, Pacific Railroad. Thank you for being here, Sean.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah, we're missing a co-host. We're missing AJ. And like we all know, AJ, you know, he pops in when he can. He,
Right.
you know, he may pop on. We don't know, but he's in school, so we understand, and that's way more important. So
yeah, we don't want no dumb AJs running around here. Really smart kids.
Yeah, exactly. So Dave, I know you were having some trouble with running your trains. You want to give us a little update on that? What was going on?
AJ's football training with his girlfriend. Already, I swear to God. Oh my God, wigwag pizza time. I can go for some damn pizza. No dinner for me. I got to fend for myself tonight because my wife, she can only have liquids, you know, because she has to clean out for this test tomorrow. Yeah, so I apparently, well, not apparently, I knew I was doing it. I didn't have any 91% alcohol, so I tried the 70%. First of all, that's probably a big mistake there. You guys are suggesting I don't use alcohol at all because of the fact that, thanks, Artie. Because of, I guess it causes arcing or something. The alcohol leaves, you know, just enough water in that. And so, but I've been okay with the 91%, okay-ish anyways. I feel like I clean my tracks a lot. But anyways, you guys suggested to use mineral spirits or the CRC 2-26 you guys have mentioned. So I had some mineral spirits. I tried that, and they seem to be running good. But I still would like to try the other. But for right now, train's been running down here for a good half an hour, no hiccups, so that's good. So I think that probably was the problem between using 70% instead of 91%. That didn't help, and then of course, you know, using the mineral spirit seems to be helping. So we'll see how it goes. You know, I don't want to get on a whole track cleaning thing. It seems that we always either talking about subs or we're talking about cleaning tracks. That's right. This seems to be the two of the most popular subjects around this place.
Yeah,
well, not just here, everywhere I go on the other channels. So it seems like that always comes up.
Right, exactly.
Hey, it's a good subject, you know.
Yeah, Dave from BNSFN Scale, welcome. Oh yeah, no, I mean track cleaning and of course, you know, subs are always the topics of every stream. I mean, mostly the streams that I go into, it's the same thing, you know, and it's good. I'm glad that people are doing that, and I think that's what's really good about live streams. You can actually, you know, see people, talk to people while you're here in the chat, and you can say, hey, what's up, man? I subbed to your channel, you know. So I think it's all good, you know.
And you can get opinions and answers right now. You don't have to wait for somebody to respond. You're talking about it. You get
right.
You know, and like I always say, you get 10 guys in the chat and you get 20 answers, you know, for the same question.
But, right. Exactly.
But at the same time, you still get ideas. It can be bounced around. I mean, it's definitely fine that it comes up. It just so anyways, long story short, it seems to be working pretty well with the mineral spirits so far. And this train's been running around, running a piggyback train, got a few box cars on the end of it.
But the main thing, you got your train running. It's not doing what it was doing before.
Yeah. Well, you guys remember how frustrated I was. it was last week on this show, or definitely last Thursday on my morning show. There's all that hesitation and everything else, and, you know. And I've tried other locomotives since I did the mineral spirits. I've had these two CSX running, had some Canadian Nationals, all scale train stuff. I haven't pulled out any Athearn stuff yet, but I'm not having a problem at all. So,
Hey,
thankfully, I don't think.
mom and son train rail fans. Good evening, Ray. Good evening, Mom. We understand
Hey,
that you're having a lightning storm there and you're not in the building. And
yeah,
Jerry, Ray enjoyed your letter. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night. Thank you guys for being here.
yeah.
And then Mike from Pudham Junction. Good evening, Mike. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Hey, Mike. Hi to anybody else I didn't say hi to. Plumber wants to know who's going. Oh, you got it. Who's going to Timonium? I am not.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not either.
That's my anniversary. So.
And it would be great to go, but you're almost 3,000 miles away from me.
Small logistics problem, that's all.
Yeah, and I understand there's a lot of people going, and that's awesome. I think that's really, really cool. You actually get to meet people that that you're chatting with or you see on live stream. I think that's just awesome.
Yeah, I'd love to go. I planned on going, but like I said, I got that anniversary thing, so
yeah,
she's not having any of that.
Yeah.
So, thanks, John. 27 years Friday.
That's awesome, Dave.
She put over my shit. We've been together 29, married 27. So.
And then
Rich Railroad. Oh yeah. I guess Menards is the intermodal cars that I can stock for O scale. I was showing. I saw an ad on YouTube for him, and I was showing Rich Railroad. He's O scale. And when we were at the show there, I don't know, a couple weeks back, he was looking at some there, and so he ended up. He didn't buy any intermodal. He bought some containers. He didn't buy any intermodal cars, but yeah, that's cool. They look nice.
Hello, David from
O-Scale, Steve.
Hello, David from HO Power Trains. Welcome, David.
Hey, Dave. Yeah, Pappy, I know. Yeah, but what a better anniversary than spending it in a caboose. You've done that before, though, right? You went somewhere else. So it wasn't Strasbourg. You did the caboose. You and a wife. I think it was for an anniversary or something. Hey, me too, David. Seriously, just opened a Harbor Freight like less than a mile from my house. Been there a couple times already.
Oh, that's
Love
cool.
That place.
I've got like 4 Harbor Freight within miles of me.
Yeah, there's a couple others around, but this one's literally like 5 blocks from me, just down the street. So.
Yeah, and they're actually pretty cool. Actually I saw Steven's Wigwag, his video today on airbrushes, and he mentioned that some of his he gets from a Harbor Freight, but I didn't realize there were different sizes of airbrushes. So it was a really good video that Steven put out today about airbrushes. So it was very informative. Hello, Rail Artists.
I work today, so
thank you for being here. Yeah. So,
yeah.
And of course, airbrushes is another topic because, even though I own some airbrushes, it's not quite often that I've used the airbrush. So, I mean, I don't know how many people in the chat really do use airbrushes and what kind of airbrushes they're actually using. So let me see here. David says, go into Harbor Freight and I can't leave without the store.
Yeah. Well, good luck, Mom. I hope that everything goes well. She has a 30-day post.
They pop up everywhere. What did she put up? Go for my 30-day post ops tomorrow. So if it all goes well, we'll be out working a little extension on the layout. Dave, HO Powertrains, thank you here. Yes, and an extension. Okay, well that's cool. So you're gonna be doing an extension on your layout. Awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's absolutely cool.
It's addictive, man. No matter how much you have going, you're always looking for that a little added extra.
Yeah, yeah. So I see Dundas Junction Model Railroad. Hey James, good evening. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Hey, James.
And then let me see here. So we've got a new person here, and this is Rocky Mountain High with the oldest flexor, Amy J. Good evening, Amy. And we want to give her a big welcome. And she's just starting out. So if anybody could put up her link, and maybe we can give her some love, and she can give you some love back. Of course, that's what we're here for. So who else stepped in? Okay. We've got Weber Model Railroad. Welcome, Weber. Thank you for being here.
Hey, Weber.
And we got Trackside Mike.
Mike, what's up, buddy?
Okay, so okay, guys, got to go. It's getting rough weather-wise. Have a good night. Welcome. Thank you, Mom and Ray. Thank you for very much for being here. We definitely understand. So we've got John here. Hey, John. Oh, you're very welcome, Amy. Thank you, John, for putting up her link. And like I said, she just got her 50 plus subscribers, so she can start live streaming. So I would definitely check her out. And like I said, that's what we're here for. We're here to help one another, channels grow, and get some love. Hello, Ian from Lay River Subdivision. Lehigh. Oh, gosh, I always get that wrong. Lehigh. As a matter of fact, Ian, you had a great video today. I really enjoyed that video today. That was really nice video. And Cam, Cam sounded like he was having a great time. So hats off to you both. And I really enjoyed that video. Well, I can tell you one thing. The weather has definitely cooled down for me in the garage.
Good.
I actually have my door closed because my dog, I usually home for a few hours before I live stream tonight. That just didn't happen. I had 10 minutes to get ready. So I fed him and shut the door behind him because he wants to play ball. So he'll be in here squeaking with the ball the whole time. And understandably, he wants me to play ball with him. So I had to shut the door, but it's getting a little warm in here, but I can't have him breathing on me and squeaking the ball. So
yeah,
absolutely. So Dave, so your train I see it is running in the back. So everything's really good with that.
Yeah, it's running pretty good.
And what exactly are you using? What exactly are you using in your?
I put mineral spirits in the track cleaning car, the brass tank car.
Yeah.
So it's working good.
That's good. So Mike Puthan, looking for a tip, almost ready to start the second level, which has engine service pits. Would you cut out the base of the board, or would you build up with the cork to level to the top of the pit?
Well, Are you just using plywood, or are you using foam on top of plywood? You're using foam on top of the plywood, and just cut the foam out and cut your pit into that.
Yeah, that also depends on what you're using, Mike. If you're just using, if you're using foam, it's really easy to cut into. But if you're using plywood for the top, that's going to. Well, that also depends, Mike, if you want to show it. I mean, if you want to actually show the pit, and you're gonna, put stuff in the pit, then yeah, you're gonna wanna use you're gonna want to do what's best. I think you're gonna want to cut out where you need to and insert that. MDF. Okay. Well, that's easy enough to cut into. I don't have any pits like that, and I think if I'm going to do a pit in mine, I'm sure some of the guys might have an idea. Okay, here we go. Artie, here you go, Mike. There you go. So Artie says, Mike at Punham Junction, that depends on if you got foam. I cut mine in the board as it's low. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. That's one downside I have to say about not using foam. I used foam last time, and it was so nice uh, to be able to, stick your scenery into it, trees and all that kind of stuff. It was just a lot easier
Right.
in that regard. But, you know, the first level, I didn't want to add any foam because I didn't want to lose any of that space between the decks because it's already kind of tight.
Yeah.
I'm going to use it on the second level. We'll see. I might throw some foam up there.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So before we get any further, and I forget, okay, so Jason over at the Train Freak sent me a nice gift. He sent me a gift for doing the STS show for him, and I'm actually wearing it. And so I want to make sure that everybody gets to see my shirt. Uh, so, so if you guys can all see,
Oh, nice.
that is, well, let me bring it out a little bit more. So I don't know. Are we kind of getting that? I'm kind
Yeah.
of.
Well, you see the train. You can't see the freak part. There you go.
Okay. It's almost like I would have to take it off, but I'm not going to do that because. Okay. Anyways,
That's nice. I like that.
are we kind of getting that?
Yeah.
All right.
That's a cool shirt. I like that. I love his logo, man. Always have.
Oh yeah, no, his logo is really cool. So there's the rest of it. Train Freak.
Yeah. Nice, man. I like
Yeah,
that.
no, it's a really nice shirt. I was really I was kind of excited to put it on, so I was just.
Does he sell those? Has he got a Teespring where he sells those? Do you know?
I think so. Yeah, I think this one came from. The what store is it that you guys do that from? The Teesprings.
Teespring? Yeah. There's different stores. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian. Thank you for being here. And Curly, thank you very, very much for that $2. Wow, that's awesome, Curly. Thank you very, very much. I much appreciated that. Very cool, Artie. Thank you, my friend. So, so Burr Syracuse Railfan Productions 440, welcome. So, you know, I saw a video the other day, and it was on David's channel, HO Powertrains, and he was just, he was having problem running his train, and I don't think it's the same reason like what Dave was having. He's actually running BLI locomotive, and he did the switch. He ran the BLI and it seemed to stop at the same stops. He put his Athearn Genesis on, and it pretty much ran flawlessly. So, does anybody here have a BLI locomotive that they want to share? If they've had those same similar problems?
Yeah, I have a BLI. I haven't run it in a long time.
Thank you, John. You have a BLI, Dave?
I got a couple of them. They're the smoke
really?
units. Yeah, one is a Paragon 2, the other is a Paragon 3. I don't know. Just never been real happy with them. They're nice and heavy. They pull a lot of weight, but they're just not great runners. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I'll have to pull them out of the box and see if anything's changed with them. I know the one I added that Go Pack, their current keeper to it. And then the Paragon, that's for the Paragon 3. Paragon 2, I actually have a part right now. I had it apart when I had the old layout up, never finished it. So I put it all back in the box so I didn't lose anything. I was going to add a keep alive to that one too. Be alive does not make it easy to add the keep alives. They have the plug, so you can plug it in, but there's nowhere to put the damn thing. So you got to cut weight out of it and fit it where you can, and you got to, and they actually state that when you buy it. You have to be a true modeler, know how to actually, do actual modeling in order to add this thing to the BLI locomotive. So apparently I thought I was a true modeler. I could do that.
Yeah, well, this has been a really good topic because, I just wanted to say, since David was in here, because I know David really loves his locomotive, but it's just having issues with it. And so, Dave, you think it's like you think it's like a decoder issue?
I don't know.
Hey, Mister, how you doing, buddy?
Steve, maybe the Paragon 4 is better. I think the 3 was better than the 2. I had to send the 2 back in to them to put a new board in it because the board fried on me somehow, some way. Of course, I bought it used, so I wasn't that upset over it. They did me right, though. I mean, they didn't screw me over on it. Nothing like that. But they said they couldn't upgrade it to the newer board and still keep the smoke unit in it. Something to do with they could. At the time, they didn't have Paragon 4 yet. It was still the Paragon 3 was the newer version. But for whatever reason, they said they couldn't do the Paragon 3 in that, or we didn't keep the smoke unit. I can't remember why. I feel like it's been forever ago now, so I don't want to lie to you guys. But
hey, Corey, welcome, Corey. Yeah,
they're nice. They're sharp locomotives. I mean, they're heavy. They got, I believe they got metal handrails and stuff on them. They're solid.
Yeah, I saw David in there, and that just brought me up to a discussion that maybe some of these people who are in there, and even you, Dave, and so that was really good because, I only have BLI steam engines.
What do you think of those? I'd like to get a steam engine. I'm not sure.
I actually like mine. I actually like mine.
Okay.
It's just one of the newer ones I just bought. I'm having a problem with the steam generator. It's just getting too hot and it's not blowing smoke. So I don't know what that is. And this brand spanking new right out of the box. So that's the first time I've ever had an issue with a BLI. My other ones are just absolutely fine. I've never had any problems with the BLIs. This is the first one that I've had a problem with. And I just haven't. Look, I'm not going to wrap it up and send it back to them. It's just easier for me to just take it down a couple miles to Pasadena, take it to one of my buddies, and let them figure out what's wrong with it. So,
well, see, I wonder if that's the issue I'm having with my Paragon 3. I have the smoke unit, so I wonder if that's overheating or causing the decoder to overheat or something. Because it'll run around and around, you know how we like to run them, and then all of a sudden it would just kind of like conk out. And I almost like have to reset the decoder. It was the weirdest thing. I was on the old layout when this was happening. I haven't run it on the new layout yet. But it was acting really weird like that. It would run fine for a while, and then it would like almost overheat or something.
Huh. Hey, Robert Sacco, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Robert. Now, the same thing with MTH. I've heard good things about MTH's steam locomotives,
Right.
but not so much their diesels. David was saying that about BLI. Now, I don't even know if MTH is making their steam or if you can even get any of that stuff anymore. I know they went out of business. Scale Trains is supposedly picking up some of their stuff anyways. But and I think MTH is really good for O-scale. And a lot of O-scalers like MTH. I think Rick likes MTH, actually, Rick's Railroad. And there's different levels of quality in there too.
Right, exactly. So, I just commented back to Corey. I mean, not Corey, David. I commented back to him, and I think I pretty much said, sorry, you're having a problem, but that's why I just stick with the Athearn Genesis or Intermountain or the other ones because I've heard nothing but negative. I've heard more negative about the BLI locomotives than I've heard of anything else. So,
they make nice looking stuff. I mean, as far as looks go.
Yeah, that's what David said. He says he loves the locomotive. It's beautiful. He loves it.
Hey, Joe. So right off the rails. They said it works like that. I was like, really? She said, send it in, but I'm putting a tsunami in it.
Okay, so that basically just what I just said. BLI, according to many forum posts, steams are good, but diesels suck bad. But why is that? I don't understand. What's the difference?
Put what David just said up there about the heat and everything. So I called BLI Dave with the heat, and they said it works like that. It shouldn't work like that. It shouldn't be overheating and shutting down a decoder. These things, they're not pulling that much juice. Can't be.
Okay, who said that?
HO Power Trains, David.
Okay.
He's got a post up there. That's a little bit back. It's between two off the rail posts. Hi, off the rails, by the way.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the case. I mean, I don't see why it works like that. Why are they getting so hot? If that's the case, if that's what they mean by it. That's CL 1970.
Okay, that's the other option.
Really?
Yeah, no, that's the other option. I have two BLI switchers that I'm actually they have the Paragons in them. They don't run very well. So the guy told me, he says, bring them back, and I'm going to put Tsunami 2s in them. And he says it's going to make a huge difference. So that's what I would do. I would just take out the decoder and put a new one in. Tsunami. That's exactly what I'm going to do with my switchers.
SCL 1970. I just subscribed to you, buddy. I didn't even have you on my list. There's 7 subscribers. So you want to put that channel? Let's see if I can do that. I don't know if I can. Let's see. Share, copy. Damn. Let's do that. Check that guy out. I heard yesterday that the Seaboard Coastline Heritage Unit is in the works. Should be next year. That's a CSX deal, and that's awesome. Well, I keep telling you, I'm fingers crossed that CSX will eventually do all those heritage units. Again, I'd be broke because, especially if Scale Trains made them all, I'd definitely be broke. Get Jason Captain Blackbeard to put a Tsunami 2. Well, that's what somebody suggested too. Before Scale Trains came out with those Spirit units from CSX, I was looking real hard at the MTH units. I've heard nothing but crap about their decoders. They use that DCS system. They're great for O-scale, a lot of O-scalers like them. But there were no good reviews I heard from MTH, HO scale diesels and that. So even when I called Train World, talked to the guy at Train World about them, he suggested to get the DCC ready ones. and then put your own decoder in it. So that's what I was getting ready to do. And Scale Trains announced that they were doing those heritage or the spirit units. So I had to go with my guys at Scale Trains.
Yeah,
And
actually,
I know their quality units.
yeah. I was going to answer Rick's Railroad. Yeah, Rick, Trackside Mike sent it down from where up north, and now it's on my layout. So it's going to be heading to Long Beach here sometime soon.
What's that?
That CN Veterans unit that I got running.
Yeah,
Rick,
it's a nice unit, man.
yeah, it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, and
West
actually, Long Beach
Virginia.
is about 45 minutes away from me.
Oh, that's a nice unit too. That's Virginia Heritage.
Oh yeah, no, she's beautiful.
I missed out, man. I missed out on those Athearn Canadian Pacific veterans units. I did put a pre-order in for the next line, but they're not doing all of them. Really wish I'd have pre-ordered some of them. They're really sharp units. I don't really even model Canadian Pacific, but sometimes it's just a collector. Sometimes, you know. Well, Dave, you're not wrong. Yeah, I was gonna click it like I could put it up there. BNSF scale says if you're gonna spend that much on a locomotive, you should not have to replace decoders. 100% right. But a lot of guys will order them DCC ready because they like the unit, they like the details, they like the
Right.
company overall, but they don't like the decoders. Like some guys are not fans of ESU, some guys are not fans of Tsunami, soundtracks. So it's like you have your preference. So I can understand that. And most of them nowadays are pretty much plug and play. You put whatever decoder you want, you plug it in, you program it, whatever you want, specifics in there, horn and all that stuff, and you're good to go for the most part. So, but to have to order it that way because they don't have good electronics, like MTH for whatever reason, their system never took hold in HO scale. That DCS system is like really like O scalers. They really, as far as I know, they like it. It works well for them. It's like their version of DCC, but that didn't translate well into the DCC world. I don't think in HO scale or N scale. I don't know if they make N scale. So I don't know. We'll see what Scale Trains does with them. I know they bought a bunch of their blueprints and all that kind of shit, their molds and stuff. I don't know when or if or when they're going to actually do anything with them. But actually, I think those coal hoppers they just put out for pre-order are actually from MTH's molds. The older ones, the 100, I think the 70 tons or whatever they are. I think they're kits. Broadway steam is good. What do you guys think of, since we're talking, what do you guys think of Bachmann?
I have some Bachmann. I have a Bachmann Shay. I've had it for years. It still runs fine.
Yeah.
Sound and everything. I mean, I think they're okay. I mean,
yeah,
it's not something I run on.
I have a couple F7s. I mean, they're not the strongest locomotives as far as pulling power and that, but I don't know. I've seen a nickel plate that I've been looking for at Berkshire. It's
Yeah, Trackside Mike. Yeah, it would be cool if you could send me a hat. But like I said, if I wore a hat like that around where I'm usually driving, I'll get mugged.
what a CN hat?
No, a West End hat.
A West End. What do you think of them, Joe? Robert says he'd take a Bachmann sound unit over a BLI sound unit any day. Well, that one hobby shop I stopped at on the way back from Anthony's house up in Cranberry, PA. They had some Bachmanns in the display cabinet there. Steam with sound. I mean, low 200s, 200, 225. I just don't know enough about them. My
Yeah,
buddy Justin you go way back in my videos, he brought over that Bachman nickel plate. I think it was 763 or something, 767 maybe, I don't remember. But it ran good. Ran around my old layout pretty well. And I just would use it as an excursion train, with a few passenger cars or pick up small heavyweights or something, just to do an excursion. And just to say I have steam on the layout, because I don't run steam. I'm not a huge fan. I like steam in person, not so much on the railroad, on the model railroad.
Okay, I wanted to welcome Gary OTR. Welcome, Gary. You were in there for a while, but welcome. And Bubs 031, welcome, Bubs. Thank you for being here, buddy.
Yeah, Kyle Stevens.
And then Joe Rader. I know you've been here for a while. Thank you, Joe. Good to see you. Yeah, so
okay, James.
Let me go grab the actual. Here, I'll be right back, guys.
Well, yeah, off the rails says BLI decoders seem to be a popular topic around the web. Are they saying they're bad? They're good? Probably bad, huh? We've all been talking. They're not that great around here. Hey, Bubs, how are you?
Okay, so actually, what I'm going to do, this one right here is a BLI. This is the BLI ones that I got. Okay, so I'm gonna let this train pass. There's actually two of them. I'm gonna let this one pass. I'm gonna shut it down. Now you've seen how my trains run flawlessly. They're not a problem with them. So let's just see how this BLI runs on my track as soon as this goes by. Actually, I don't know which one is which though. All right, let's see what happens.
Off the rails.
Okay, I'm not too sure which number this is, so let's just try this. This is going to be... Okay, see, there you go. Okay, she's already stalling.
See, and that's what we do. It would start doing that stuff.
Exactly. And this is exactly what these do from day one. I had taken it down to one of my friend's shops, and they pulled it apart, and they cleaned all the wheels on it and everything. They showed me how to take care of it. But you can hear it stopping, and it's just so annoying that
every time it does that, then you gotta restart.
Exactly. I mean, I love it. They're really cool. I have a sister one to this one.
Now you got me curious. Let me go see if I can find that. I think I see it.
Now it's starting to run a little better.
Yes.
But maybe it could be because I've got some of that. I got some of that CR2-26. But see, there it goes again, and it just shouldn't be doing that.
Right.
And it's very frustrating. So. And this is a very slow switcher. Yeah, see, it's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, well. Okay, so again, that is the BLI switcher. And my buddy told me, he says, let me clean the wheels first. And it ran great there. It ran okay here, but then it started back going. He says, once it starts doing the same thing again, I'm telling you, Just bring it back. We'll change it out for the Tsunami 2s in it. You'll be completely happy with it because I really love the switcher. They're really cool.
Yeah.
You know, so I just wanted to show that. Now, I just want to show everybody one more thing. Okay, look at my finger. Okay, look how clean my finger is. Okay, there's nothing on my finger. Watch what I do. Okay, so there's my finger again. There's a lot of black on that finger. A lot of black.
Yeah.
And most people would say, oh, your track's dirty. No, actually, my track's clean. My trains run on that. That's what they're supposed to be running like. And I know that doesn't make sense, but coming from a guy who used to use alcohol all the time, it just never seemed like my trains ran after I did alcohol, and I would clean them again, clean them again, clean them again, and it just seemed they never ran. Once I started using this, again, it's this stuff right here. Once I started using this stuff right here, I've absolutely had no issues with running my trains. None, zero, zilch, nada. And like I said, my trains sit most of the time in the garage, and I just turn them on and let them roll. You know, so let's get number 32 again. So there was my my BLI. I think that's a little bit older Tsunami, but still the same thing. I'm still having the issues with it. So okay, so local. There we go. There goes that consist. So let me put a link up in here. So we're almost an hour in. So let me bring up a link if anybody wants to join. And again, I invite anybody who wants to come up and talk, share something. So let me get that invite out.
Oh, it's running good. I just popped it on the track and it's rolling. This is the Paragon 3. It ran a little bit better, but this is the one that would get kind of hot. It would shut down.
Hey, Derek Alexander. All right. Great. We got some guests up here. So let's add Thomas. Good evening.
Good evening.
And let's add Robert. Good evening. Welcome, guys. Okay, so
guys?
I don't know if you guys saw me do the do the finger test. I mean, a lot of people are really amazed how I can take my finger and I can bring it up and it's like black. And it's like, how could you run your trains on that? I've been doing it like this for years. And I don't ever really clean my track. Don't ever really clean it because that's the way they run.
So to go back to your Broadway issue, one of my club members, he pre-ordered brand new the D&H shark noses. And after getting repaired a couple times, to solve the problem he was having, he had to replace the decoders and the motors in those units. Really? Yeah.
Oh, well, see, here it is. Here it goes again. I'm not sure which one that said it, but now that you know, you're going to probably stay away from that because if you're going to buy a nice locomotive.
I just purchased 2 Broadway Limited C3-7s, and the first thing I'm going to do is rip out the codes and put ESUs in them.
Okay.
You're going to put ESUs in them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're changing everything in the ESUs, right?
Yes.
You're giving me all your Tsunami boards for.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will have 6 Tsunami boards up for sale pretty soon there, Dave.
Oh, yeah. All right. That might be interesting.
They're all out of GP40-2, GP39, and the MP15s.
You guys.
Okay, stay, James.
Huh?
Gary says my fingers look like that when I. Okay, guys, sorry. I didn't mean to do it dirty on live stream, okay? I was just showing you how dirty my track is and my trains run. I mean, and I'm just saying before, I would vigorously alcohol my tracks, okay? And they would run great for 30 minutes, and then all of a sudden they would be jerking, stopping, and I'd do it all over again. And I was almost going to ready to give up the hobby, and then I just saw somebody using this CR2-26 and they swore by it. So I used it and I've been using it ever since.
Who says that track is dirty when you wipe your finger like that? You know, that's somebody told me that was dirty, you know?
Yeah. Hey, JD, Grandpa Rails, good evening. You know what? It's just my concept. I think it was almost like the same as Dave's concept of using alcohol. If it's not clean, you're not going to get the electrical contact with it, and that's really not true. So I mean, you can see it on my track. I haven't cleaned my track in ages. As a matter of fact, you know, like I said on one of my last streams, I didn't run my train for 2 weeks straight because it was so damn hot, and in the garage everything was hot. I just turned them on, and they just run, and I didn't even clean them. So I don't know if that has anything to do with the locomotives. I don't think so. But
no, mine lay out in the garage too.
Yeah, that BLI that I put on, it does that on clean track, dirty track, or whatever track. So it did exactly that, and I was hoping that it wouldn't do that, but it did do that. So those are going to the manufacturer, but you're not the manufacturer, to one of my buddies. But you said that I might have to change the motors out too.
Well, that was the only issues I saw with just the shark noses where you change the motors out. One of my good club members, Carl, he's an electronic genius when it comes for our layout.
Hello, Carl.
He does a whole bunch of tinkering and everything like that. And for that particular unit, he had to change the motors and the decoders. Now they run beautiful. I can't remember what motor he put in it, but he had to do them all.
Yeah,
that's why I asked you if Broadway Limited is still a dummy unit, so you power them yourself, but probably not.
Yeah. I mean, after I had that issue with those, I don't even know what what do you call these? I don't even know. I should know, but I don't.
That looks like an MP15.
Okay, that rings a bell. Okay, yeah, that rings a bell. Oh, okay, yeah, that looks exactly like that. Yeah, okay. Well, after I've had that issue, I just thought it was dirty track, and apparently it's not. It's not dirty track. It's the actual make and model, or it's the BLI steam.
One of the guys proved a point on that. It's not the locomotive issue or a track issue. He took a factory Broadway Limited with the factory sound decoder and put it on brass track. Of course, issues. He took the same motor or same engine and he put an ESU decoder and put it on brass track just to prove a point. No issues.
Okay.
There's a lot of issues that could be it. Okay, because I just installed some decoders in some old engines, and I'm having trouble with it because I put the decoders in and they responded, and then when I put it on the track, it would hesitate instantly. So I took the 2 wires off that go to the track feeders and hooked them up to my track, and then on my power cab I selected on the track, the test track, and I could read the CVs with no problem. So it's something in the pickups on the trucks that maybe might need to be cleaned, or they're not making good contact. And I had one wire that wasn't soldered on good, and I resoldered it, but it still doesn't pick up. And I have one engine I took all the truck off and the gears out and everything and tried to see if anything was in there, and I didn't find anything. So I just hooked.
Hey, Joe.
Just trying to figure out what's wrong with them. But you know, I was excited when I got them hooked up in the right wiring because I didn't have nothing to go by. You know, I just looked at the engines and I saw just 2 wires on there, and I go, I did decoders before and there was 4 wires on the engines. And I said, oh, well, what am I going to do here? And I said, oh, those wires are coming from the trucks. So I just hooked the truck wires up to the decoder, and then I soldered the gray and the orange wire off the decoder onto the motor. I didn't know which side was positive or negative, and I just had to flip the wires until I got the right combination. But, you know, it's hard to tell. Engines are getting good contact from the wheels to, and that's, you know, needs to be, you know, perfect condition to get them to do that. So that's what I found anyway. And especially when you do your own decoders and engines that, you know, didn't have.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when you don't have DCC in them, you know, and they're not DCC ready. Because DCC ready ones are simple.
Oh, yeah. Unplug it, plug it in, you're done. Program, you're done.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, hey Joe. Hey, Joe. Good evening. Hey guys, give me just a second. I'm going to bring myself up big. Sean Pacific wanted to see this product one more time. So hold on, guys. I'm going to bring myself up big so he can see it better, and I'll bring you all back up.
No worries.
Okay, so Sean, this is the stuff right here. CRC 2-26. Okay, I got this on Amazon. Okay. And I'm going to tell you, it's just phenomenal stuff. So again, Sean, if you see that, that's exactly what I use on my layout. And actually what I do, I just spray it here. I'll be right back. Let me, so let me just give you, so this is actually what I do. I take, and if you can see the pad on it, the pad's kind of dirty. So all I do is I just take it and I just spray a little bit of DAP on it like that, and that's it. And watch what I'm going to do. As soon as this consist pass by, I'm going to hook it onto the back of it. So okay, so let me make everybody.
There we are.
Boom.
Okay, I got somebody else in the basement here. I don't know who it is. All right, it's our good friend Artie. Hey, Artie.
Hey, Artie.
What's up, Artie?
There we go, guys.
Daryl, I just wanted to stop in and tell my experience with BLI.
Okay, go right ahead.
I bought the same day that I bought my NCE system, which I bought on sale. I think I paid $150 for it. The hobby shop also had an MP15 diesel for sale. DCC equipped with sound, BLI, which I understood they were supposed to be pretty damn good. So I bought it. Brought it home, read all the little paperwork that came with it and everything else, set it on the track, left it on address 3, and started running it. It refuses to cross any kind of non-powered turnout.
Yep.
If your frogs are non-powered, it ain't going to cross them.
Need to keep alive.
So I sat there and I called or sent an email to BLI, and they told me, well, it could be excess oil on the truck bearings. So they told me how to take that apart, clean all that out, put it back together. Still nothing. Sent them another email. They said, well, send it back to us. So I sent it back. 3 times I sent it back to them. And they kept saying, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. And I explained the problem again. And they told me, well, tear up all your damn turnouts and buy decent turnouts.
Oh.
And
wow.
I will never, under any circumstances, I will never buy anything from BLI again.
Wow.
They refused to tell me how to put a keep alive in it. And I'd taken it to the, Klein's Hobby Shop, which is model train stuff. They were still open then. And they had a guy that did all that kind of stuff. And I took it up to him, and he said he couldn't figure out where to hook a keep alive up to it. And he said he didn't want to just start messing around and trying different spots. He wanted to know where. And BLI would not tell him either how to put a keep alive in it. So I sold it at the next train show that I went to and gave it to somebody else for their problems.
Yeah.
I'll never buy anything else from them people.
Well, see, and there you go. And it's just like I was saying, I would never buy another BLI locomotive. Now the steam ones I really haven't had a problem with, but David says, Joe, she had the same attitude towards me. Screw them. So there you go.
Yeah, I was looking at a BLI EC6000 PW when I was down there at Memphis. That thing sat on the shelf for probably a good 2 years. It was finally gone the last time I went back there. I almost thought about getting it. And after all the horror stories I've heard about BLI, I thought, you know what? No better than I am at working on trains. I just decided, just forget it. So
right. Yeah.
So
I'll stick with all my old Athearn blue boxes that I've all converted to DCC.
Right. Exactly. So what have we learned here? So is it a decoder issue with them, or is it something?
Well, 95% is a decoder issue.
Electronics.
Decoder?
Now,
there's actually more issues with it. There's more issues with them, which I found out a while back when they started doing these discounted versions of these blue box.
Okay. Yeah, DCC ready ones.
This is what I call blue ones.
See, I don't have any of those.
Yeah. I just wanted to tell Sean.
Yeah.
I was afraid to buy those already.
Yeah. I just wanted to tell Sean Pacific, okay, the cleaning car that I just sprayed is on the back of this train. So there it is. I sprayed it on there, and it's just doing its thing. And that's it. That's all I do. I don't do anything else.
Let that go around, Darryl.
Yeah, I just let it go around. Now,
how many times around?
Just once or twice until I get the wheels, the wheels of the locomotive and everything else into it, and it's just the way it is. Now I also put it in my switches, because I have electrofrog switches, so they only get contact when they touch the stock rail. Okay, when the points touch the stock rail, that's how it gets its electricity, and it energizes the whole frog. So I use that in my switches as well. Now for the other kind of switches, what am I thinking? The normal switches to everybody, I wouldn't recommend that because you don't need to, because you got frog juicers in there and everything else. My layout's just different. So anyways, I just wanted to put that out. Sorry guys.
Darryl, I'm going to go ahead and bail out. That's all I want to do is just
okay.
Tell you what my experience with those idiots was.
Well, I'm glad you came up and said that, because that's the exact reason why I don't buy them. And really, when you hear this, it doesn't want to make people go out and buy them.
Yeah, customer service there sucks.
Well, there you go, David.
Hey Joe, tell me how you really feel, because I don't quite get it.
Well, maybe it's the way you approach them.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that, but
hey Joe, how'd you make out with your email problem?
My AOL is totally gone, and man, I spent 2 days notifying everybody that I could think of as to what my new email address was, and everything has worked out so far so good, except for the Department of Natural Resources. I forgot about them. And when I tried to get my hunting license today, I couldn't, because they couldn't contact me through the email address that they had on file.
Yep.
Oops.
So I got to make a phone call tomorrow and try to straighten them out.
Yeah, that's a problem when you change the
Good luck
email.
with that, Joe.
Remember,
That's good luck. I'm still dealing with the government issues here 7 months after the initial contact, and yeah, everything's got to be done online, and I'm having internet issues still here.
Yep.
Oh, you got to even send an email. I can't send an email. I'm having problems. The internet's working at the moment for how long, I don't know.
Trying to replace the Decoder on the MCH ES44.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm out. I'll still be in the chat, but I'm out of here.
Okay,
Okay.
Joe, thank you for coming up.
For those that do have bigger lines, especially those blue boxes, basically, since they
JD says,
started on this and moved them way out,
yeah, JD says, has anyone tried to replace a decoder in an MTH ES44S to a non-MTH decoder? Anybody here?
I believe there
I
is
haven't. I've got
actually
an MPH DCC ready engine, but
See, that might be the way to go with MTH. You just don't buy you just buy an MTH DCC ready. Would that be a choice, guys?
well,
If it made them
yeah,
still.
that would be the way I go. But since Scaletrain's acquired the HO MTH tooling, that's probably going to be a moot point because those locomotives, when I have the ESU Look Sound 5 decoder in them instead of the MTH decoder.
Yeah.
there you go.
Wow.
Look at that.
So here, let me make you big, because I can't see what you're showing, Thomas.
Okay, this is a real small switcher, and this is the decoder right here. It's a D8 DC123, and you got the wires going to the motor here. Those two wires there go to the motor, and then you got on this side, you got red going to this side and black going to that side. And right there, that weight happened to be touching the soldering one time, and it wasn't going, so I had to resolder it real thin so it wouldn't touch it. I tried putting that tape on it. You can take me down now. And that tape. Oh,
okay.
Wait, leave me up there 1 minute. I want to show
Yeah,
you.
no, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I'll leave you up there.
Yeah, I want to show you my building I just made. This is the, let me see how.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, that's the oil refinery. And I got some parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some parts coming from Walter. These here on here. Underneath there's these real little pieces that go on there, and I put them on backwards. And there's 90 of them, and I had to try and pull them all off, and some of them broke, and I couldn't get them. So Walter just sent me a whole nother pack of them, and that goes on this. Let's see if I can get this turned around a little bit. Where is it? On the camera. Sorry for that. Yeah, see the one without anything on it? That's the one that needs to get added to. And then I'm done. Then I'm done with this thing. And then I got an oil tank coming that I designed. My printer failed, and I had to send it down to Jim Tedesco, and he was able to print it, so he's sending me back some. And then I also got some ground piping coming from Walters too, so that I can run the ground piping over to the oil tanks that I'm going to put up. That's what I've been working on. And then I'm going to once I get that up on the layout, then I'm going to put lights and stuff there. And you know what I'd really like to find out, if anybody makes those LEDs that look like light bulbs, because you see them on these kind of buildings and stuff like that.
I think if you go on eBay and go to We Honest,
he
has a lot of stuff on there.
Yeah.
It's from China. The only bad part is it takes a little while for shipping, but it's really cheap, and it actually works really well. I have a few of their products.
Yeah, I got some from him before. Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah. I'll check it out.
Yeah. That's quite a structure.
Yeah, actually, Joe Rader, he says that looks familiar. I have two of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful, and it's all lit up. Joe's is just absolutely beautiful. And Thomas, you're doing a sweet job on that. That's just awesome.
Yeah,
I give credit where credit's due, man. It's just that's some good work.
Yeah, it took me a couple days to build it, because it was 1,000 little pieces.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I believe that. Yeah.
You know what I did was I took the pieces off with a plastic, and then I got a piece of white paper and put it down, and then I wrote the number on it so that I could check it out, and then I knew from the directions I could move it in, just looking at the piece on the white paper, because the plastic, the numbers are so darn small, I need a magnifying glass to look at the numbers, and it makes it interesting. So.
Yes, Mystic, you're absolutely right. Thomas, you can get a custom URL since you have over 100 subscribers. And if you want to do that, now's the time to do it. Somebody like me to do that, it's not worth it for me to do it because it changes. Somebody told me you can't do it now. It's too late because your subscribers, you'll lose a lot of subscribers. I don't know why that is, but
yeah, I don't know about.
Yeah. You know what, Dave, which is reminding me, did you get a notice from, well, you had to, because I got a notice from YouTube that they're sending out channels, new handles. Have you guys got anything like that?
Nope.
No.
I haven't got anything. Of course, I didn't really check my emails that much. So.
I don't think so.
I don't think I'm big enough for that. I only got like 700 subscribers, so.
Yeah, I don't even. I've only got like 350. So.
Yeah, I got an email. I got an email sent to me yesterday. Well, the day before. Start looking for a handle, and you need to pick one of those handles. If you don't pick one, we'll pick one for you. So I don't know what this is. I don't know what YouTube is doing. I mean, it's just kind of weird.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything. Maybe it depends on how many subscribers you have that they do that too.
Okay. Well, here, Jake from Mill Valley Subdivision. He says, "Yeah, I saw that email, Daryl." Okay, so it doesn't have anything to do with your subscriber rate. I don't know if they're trying to make things easier for everybody.
Maybe I ignored it. I don't know. Well, how long did you get it?
I got mine a couple days ago, and I just got one today saying look out for it because it's coming. And you need to pick it. And if you don't, we're gonna give one to you.
Well, what does that do for you either way? I mean,
I don't know.
They pick it for you. I mean,
I didn't really read into it. I think it's okay. This is what it said. If you already have a custom URL number, this is not going to apply to you. So if you have one that's already, custom, it's not going to apply. For people like me, I guess they're going to take out the, I guess they're going to take out the, I don't know, and give you a handle, I guess. I don't know. I really didn't read it. I just read what I needed to read and said, you better pick one. If not, we're going to pick one for you.
no, it's from YouTube.
Sorry, Artie, you were having internet issues. If you want, look, I'll go ahead and put up. I don't know if it's too far in the chat, but I'll put another link up just in case. So.
And I'm gonna go ahead and jump off and start. I'm gonna listen to you guys still. Start working on my layout. So.
Okay, cool, Robert.
I'm in the process of rebuilding. Huh?
Where are you building it?
Oh, right now I'm building modules in the garage right now. So I'm the layout. I'm tearing down the old layout and rebuilding it.
Okay, really? You got me excited. I thought you got your building.
No, I'm having issues right now with the city, so it's on hold.
What do you mean?
Permits.
For what?
A shed in my backyard.
Oh yeah.
Well, are you doing a shed, or are you still looking at doing a container?
I was actually with the shed I need a permit, but with the box truck, a 26-foot box truck. I don't need anything. So I'm actually looking for one of those right now.
Really?
But if I go ahead and build the modules and put them in the garage right now, until I get that, I can move it and just build from there. So I'll be okay.
Okay. Cities are insane sometimes. Stuff,
Oh, I know. Just gotta find a way. Just find a loophole. But gentlemen, I'll see you guys next week probably.
All right. Have a good one.
Be safe, guys.
Okay, Robert,
too.
thank you for coming up.
Definitely. Thank you for inviting.
Okay, so that makes sense, Mystic. I mean, what Mystic just says, a custom URL means web page address for YouTube channel will be your channel name instead of a bunch of gobbledygook. And I guess that makes sense. So maybe I should.
I mean, as long as it doesn't change how people get to us, like, I mean, you still click on and search for Crooked River and Eastern, and it'll come up as my channel. As long as it's not going to change that.
Right, Dave. Is your URL custom? Is it Crooked River in Eastern?
I don't think so. I've never. Whatever I started out as is what it's always been. I've never changed.
Okay. Because some people's are their channel's name, and I kind of looked into it, but somebody said don't do it. It's kind of too late. You need to do it when you're at 100 subs or a little bit over, because it changes things in your account. I don't know, so I just left it alone. Besides, you all know who I am. I'm Derail Daryl, and I play with trains.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
Well, the signals are lit at the south end of the yard, so I don't know if we got anything coming or not. So,
Let's see what
we got a train.
Okay, let's bring you up there. Let's see what you got coming.
You can see it sitting way down there by the depot right now. They're getting ready to change crews. So,
oh, okay. Yeah, I see the tracks right there. I see the train lights.
Yeah, my windshield's probably a little dirtier than it should be, but
what is the actual like URL number? What is that?
Yeah, where that blue truck is sitting, he's only about maybe 2 foot from the rails. So,
Artie, I'm glad to see you back up here.
He's actually pretty close. I'll let you know when they're moving, Daryl.
Yeah, no, let us know, because we want to see we want to see some live rail fanning. Hey, Artie. Hey, buddy, I didn't. You know what? I just totally blew my mind. You know what? Saturday I was at a funeral, so that's why I wasn't up on your famous show, because I don't miss Aussie America Saturday night fun nights for anything. So my friend, that's why I wasn't there.
Hey, it's all right. I mean, things happen. I mean, I don't expect everyone to be on my show all the time. So,
oh no, you're
I
my
know the
good.
numbers going to be extremely down this weekend because everybody's going to be in Baltimore. So, g'day, Roy. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, hey, Roy, Container Man 68.
I'm just gonna go back to what we were talking about. I know we were talking about BLI engines. A word of advice for everyone that's got one and is going to switch out the decoder. Have a look at the wiring inside the engine before you install new decoders in it. I have noticed with some of the engines that I had, especially with these ones and the Hudson, the wiring is very, very substandard inside it, the way it's been soldered on the connection points. They use the aluminium multi-strand wire, and what happens is, when they solder in the wire onto the connection point, they don't solder all the strands. They don't twist the wire before they solder it. And it goes over onto another point, and it shorts out. And this is where you get a lot of the problems in the BLI engines. I did mention to them a long time ago about it and whatnot, but obviously the customer service one looks and it's gone down the Googler. But when you start changing your decoders in it, have a look with the wiring. Use one of these and fix the wiring up. even if you have to replace it, and they'll give you normally a trouble-free problem. Plus, they don't like running on hot days. I've got a friend, Richard, his brother, cooked it over. They don't like operating above 100. Sorry, they don't like operating above 9 degrees Fahrenheit in a shed all day long. But yeah, so all these ones here, they got. This was their first experiment of doing budget decoder. It's already got a sound decoder in it, but you need to buy a separate chip to get them running. These ones here I'm going to replace with a soon.
So David is asking, did you
With a soon chip I want to track.
Artie, did you dig that line and fix it? HO Powertrains, David's asking you.
NB. No, it's not me that actually dug up the cable. It's Dave. It's not me that done the damage. These Pakistani Indians.
He's breaking up.
Yeah, here, Artie, I'm going to take you down, buddy. You're kind of breaking up there a little bit.
You're supposed to be getting a new wire, the new optical fiber cable in the ground, and it's really messing up it.
So
I kind of wish this was the daytime, Daryl. You could see stuff a lot better, but for whatever reason, here or there, nighttime is the right time for BNSF. So
yeah. Yeah, Artie, buddy, you were breaking up. We could barely just hear you, Artie. Artie, are you there? No, I think he froze. Well, there he goes.
He's having the same problems I was having the other night.
I'm just gonna say that, Randall.
Well, he's really down under, right?
Yeah, he's really down under. Poor guy.
He's probably like me. He probably lives in at the bottom of a valley and gets really bad signal.
No, he lives on the bottom of the earth, so he's got the problem.
Yeah. Hey, Ray Bertelson. Good evening. Welcome. And I'm going to make you a moderator, my friend. I think everybody else is a moderator, so I'm going to make you a moderator as well. It just, the reason why I do this on this channel, it just makes it easier for people to go and click onto your channel and check you out and subscribe and give you some love, that's what I like doing. I like to give everybody a chance to, to be able to check each other's channel out. So that's why everybody's a blue moderator in here. So if anybody's not a blue moderator, shout out, because I'll make you a blue moderator. Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave.
Oh, go ahead, Daryl.
What's up?
Your train running or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. That's good. I'm glad.
I just put that BLI back up on the shelf. Now that I got it out of the box, I'm going to put it on the shelf. Look around once in a while.
There you go, Artie. Welcome back.
Thanks. I just plugged it into the main line, so hopefully it won't have a failure now.
Yeah, much better. Actually, the color's better. Your face is better. Everything's better.
It's a shame. I've got to get this sorted out. It's going to be on frustrating. Well, they want me to pay my internet bill this month, and I'm going, get stuff fixed up the problem before I pay the bill. So,
yeah, I wish it worked like that.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be nice if you could just tell them, hey, fix the problem, then I'll pay it. But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. You pay us, and then we'll come and fix your problem.
Right.
Well, it's been going on for 3 months, and they have they're still working on the system, so they are pretty much aware of it, and they're still trying to work out a compensation plan for me. So, like, I am going to get compensated for it because it's not my problem, and it's a problem in the system, and they are aware of it. So, my supplier is my internet provider has been understanding, very understanding. So, yeah,
So
I want
your Wi-Fi there, Artie? Is that what the problem is?
The biggest problem is the cables. The biggest problem, what's happening in the area, they're drawing a new cable. We've got old copper wires out in the street, and they're very brittle. And as they're working on the cable, they're breaking the cables, breaking the joints, and of course that creates all sorts of issues. That'll create issues with my Wi-Fi and everything else. Now, I can't draw a hard wire under the house at the moment into the back train room. It's just way too muddy under the house from when the rain went out.
Yeah, water gets on the cables. It's not good. Yeah.
No, but we're about to get hit with another rainstorm in the next few days, so I still can't get under it. And to drag a cable from here into the back room, it's just going to get damaged. So, you know, catch-22 position. I need to get them fixed. They are working on it.
They putting fiber in, or they just gonna?
Yeah, they're going to be putting a fiber. Our area is going to be. They're doing it now. How long till they get to my house? I don't know. Could be another 2 months away. They are doing it at the other end of town. Hey, Jason. They already dragging in the new green cables in. So
yeah, fiber will be a lot better.
Oh yeah.
Hey, hey, Daryl. I think I'm gonna bug out, man. I'm gonna get to bed anyways.
Okay.
So, but it's been a great show, guys. Thanks for having me in and or stopping in on the show. Good talking.
Dave. Dave, my friend, you are the show.
Yeah, I've corrected myself that I'm actually a part of the show, and I was just.
You are the show, my friend.
Oh, he has the trains running. That makes it even better.
Well,
yeah, I'm glad for that.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, guys. Dave. Good luck tomorrow on your wife, and treat her good. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, good luck to your wife.
Our prayers are with you.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
We'll talk to you.
Okay, buddy. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
That off the rails is a bugger. It bloody jinxed me the sod. He really jinxed me yesterday or this week. Went to get some lumber and whatnot yesterday and spent nearly $180 on lumber. Put the price through the roof.
Everything's going up, Artie. Everything.
Oh, the lumber that I wanted comes from his part of the country, so I could blame him for it.
Well, look at the gas price. It went down to $3.09 where I'm at, and then it's now it's up to $3.49 already. So it jumped up like 40 cents in the last 2 weeks, and they're blaming it on OPEC cutting back on production. You know, they always have somebody to blame except for themselves.
Yeah, what's been going on around here? Like, we had a fuel excise tax freeze for about, I think it was about 8 months, 9 months. The federal government dropped the excise fuel tax down. Yeah. So it'd be affordable for us because some parts were paying $10 a gallon. Some parts, particularly in the heart of Sydney, were paying up to $12 a gallon.
Wow.
Right. And I mean, the Sydneyites, they can spend that money. They got money, but people out here in the country, $10 was a lot. They managed to bring the price down, and prices did start coming down. Yes, Mystic, it is the World Cup I'm training for. But what they've turned around and said, especially with some of the fuel companies here and the gas stations here, when they brought the excise tax back in with the new government now, because we've got a new government voted in. Look, there's over 7 billion litres of fuel in there. You're not going to put up the fuel again for another 20 cents a litre or 40 cents a litre.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them actually jumped the gun the day before, and they've been reported in. So we got a consumer commission here that's been getting reports, and they're going around all these gas stations and finding them. You want to put your fuel price up, we're going to fine you. And it's not a cheap fine. I think it's $250,000 for the fine.
Mm-hmm.
My gas station around the corner, just for I'll go by the price of litres. It's $1.67 a litre. Go around the corner on the other side of the hill, which is a 7-Eleven. They's charging the same fuel.
Yeah, southbound coming.
Okay, let me.
Actually, it's not here yet, Daryl. So just hang on a minute. It's
okay.
a 2-mile right now because I can hear it.
Yeah, I was just going to actually comment on Derek Alexander's. He begged OPEC not to tell anyone until after the midterm elections. That's what I've been hearing today too. I've been hearing the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also obvious, but well, there's nothing we can do about it. It is what it is.
Right.
Well,
I saw diesel. Look, I saw diesel here yesterday. Diesel, $7.99 a gallon.
Yeah.
$7.99 for diesel.
And diesel's just the byproduct of gas.
Exactly. You could make it. You can make it in your backyard, as a matter of fact.
And it's the first layer of the chain when you're doing it in a refinery. Doesn't cost as much. Doesn't need as much heat to produce the diesel.
Nope. They're making a killing on that.
Oh.
It's costing them. They're making $7.98 on every gallon.
At the end of the day, I'm just going to be staying home for a little bit longer. I'll give me a bit more time to work on my layout. Hopefully, as long as it doesn't rain tomorrow and Saturday, I'll have the timber work cut up and good night, Ronald. Have a good night, bud. I'm going to start doing the next
Ronald.
layer.
Good evening, the High Plains Drifter. Or morning.
I've got to just clean out the I just got to clean the table up a bit because I've got them at the table on the side and it just accumulated so much junk. Useful junk. There's just a lot of clutter all over the table and I just got to make room so I can get the next level up. So I just stay at home. I mean, I'm going in for I've been told I'm going for another operation, so I'm waiting for that on my thumb to fix that problem up. When that's going to happen, I don't know whether it's going to be before or after Christmas, but I'm really going to pull my finger out and get majority of the layout done before I go for the next operation. So, so between now and Christmas, you'll all see the layout grow.
Yeah, when I first got my driver's license, I was paying $16.9 for a gallon of gas. That's 16 cents. You could. I used to go on a date in high school when I was in high school for $5. I could get a full tank of gas, have dinner for $2, and go to the movies and still have change left over. That was $5, and that was a long time ago.
Yeah, well, I remember getting LPG gas for the cars when I was down in Melbourne for 10 cents a litre.
Mm-hmm.
10 cents a litre.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have been like about 3 or 4 cents a gallon, if that.
Yeah. So I put up on there, Jason the Train Freak says, okay, so White River Line is guest hosting Sidetrack Sunday, this Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
So everybody go check out STS. It's Jason's weekend, but he's giving it to White River Line, and let's check him out and give him some love there Sunday night. Thank you, Jason, for that, and thank you for coming aboard for a little bit. Thank you. Hello, Possum. Good evening.
Hello, Possum. Yeah, Jason's up to no good again.
So, Daryl, what this northbound is doing, it's waiting for this southbound to clear the crossovers.
Oh, is that what it's doing?
Yeah, the crossovers are about 3 miles to the north of where this train is sitting. And they technically can't move till that train clears them. So, till it's southbound clears them. So, considering where I just heard the horn, they're probably approaching 2 Mile right now.
Okay.
So they're almost clear of the crossovers.
Well, let us know because we can watch some live rail fanning. Right?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm actually just listening to see if I hear them.
Okay.
So I should be able to see their headlights off the trees. So
Chop those trees down, we can see them better.
yeah. Well, you don't have the trees, you can't really tell if they're coming or not because there's actually some street lights down there.
Let me put let me make Randall big there for a little bit and see.
Yeah, now there's a little more light this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the headlight on the engine. Is that it there? Above that orange piece that's sitting there on top of those cars.
So that one did a crew change, and now they're waiting for a.
They're waiting for this southbound. It'll stop and do a crew change, and they'll continue south. This northbound, once the southbound stops, should start moving. So,
okay, Weber, thank you for being here this evening. Good night.
Yeah, Weber, take care, bud.
The other day they had a real log jam here. They had 4 trains sitting here in the yard. There was 2 on main 2. There was 1 on main 1 headed south, and then there was a 3rd one sitting on track 3. So it was quite a log jam. Okay, they're coming. I hear them now. So
okay, so let me put you back up. Hey, Bob from PK and W Model Works. Good evening.
Got our usual GEs from the sounds of it.
So what do you think's coming, Randall?
It's hard telling. They've been running a lot of what we call high priority Z trains, but they also run the Memphis Tulsa, Memphis Kansas City trains. So we'll see what we get here.
Cool.
And the Memphis Kansas City and Memphis Tulsa, if you like trains with a little bit of everything mixed in them, those are your 2 trains you want to come watch because they got a little bit of everything. The main difference between the 2 trains, the Tulsa bound trains will have more steel. We'll be hauling more steel type cars, gondolas, and steel coil cars. So,
hey, this is just a question, Randall. I mean,
yes.
I see you're sitting in your van now. Is it possible you can get closer, or you can't?
Well, I'm actually sitting in my truck, so I can't really get closer because if I get closer, I'm down there where the vans are parked. So,
well, how about you jump? Hey, Randall, why don't you just jump in the back of that blue pickup over there?
Yeah, the guy that owns that truck probably wouldn't like that because he's one of the engineers that's works here at BNSF. So I don't think he'd like me jumping in his truck.
Well, we want a tailgate train now, rail fanning video, Randall.
Yeah, I know those guys pretty well. I don't want to start making them mad at me, so because I have to haul them.
It was just a suggestion. I had to try.
Yeah, I know.
You can always tell them they're going to be famous international movie stars.
Yeah. Well, some of them guys don't like you film them. Some of them don't mind it, but I try not to get in their way too much. So
take care, Dave.
They're coming in slow.
Steve 87, you take care as well, buddy.
Yeah, good night, Steve 87. Thank
Hey,
you.
they must be trying to get all of it because they're coming in slow.
They'll never get a job here. They're too slow. They're too slow.
I'll tell you what, all right, there's some of these guys coming in pretty hot, though.
Because if you see the way our freight trains run, especially on my line here, they're always running hot. Particularly
there was one come in, and I didn't think he was going to stop. Man, he overshot the depot by about three locomotive lengths. So
that one's moving.
Oh, here comes the other one.
Maybe they got BLMI decoders in them, huh?
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Yeah. Or they using my train programmer. You know, they haven't calibrated it right, and it overshoots the mark.
Yep, empty coal train, northbound.
That's pretty cool, Randall. What's that big light that just came on?
That would be the headlights this southbound.
Oh.
And it's a loaded coal.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
So you actually got a rare thing here. We got a low, medium, and empty.
How about that?
That's an awful bright light on the front of that, man.
Good night, Plumber. Thank you for being here, brother.
Hey Plumber. Have a good night, bud. Yeah, so
that engine there has lost its BNSF on the side.
Good night, Corey. Thank you for being here.
Probably going for a name change.
Huh.
They're probably going to do the same thing as here. When a railroad company is in strife, they end up taking the names down and prepare for a new shelf name for the railroad company.
No, Artie, I think that sucker's probably either overheated or something, baked all the decals off the side of them, and they've just repainted. We got several engines here that's had kind of rough lives. So
yeah. Well, you think they're going to do a crew change?
That southbound is, yeah, because that's a Springfield crew that's going to get off that train, and then a Thayer crew will get on and take it to Memphis.
Okay.
So this train here will probably end up on the Norfolk Southern. So a lot of these BNSF coal trains actually wind up on NS. So
No.
And I don't know if you heard it a little bit ago, but you probably heard the northbound throttle up. It's already going uphill, leaving the yard. So,
what SCL 1970 says, what BNS yard is this?
This is the Thayer, Missouri yard. This is technically the halfway point of the Thayer subdivision, hence how the line got its name. So the line runs from Springfield, Missouri to Memphis, Tennessee. So
yeah, I can still see that empty coal train still pulling through.
Yeah, and you never know. This may actually be a double empty coal train. They've started assembling the double empties at. Yeah, it's got mid DPs on it, but it's not a double empty. I'll hold it out the one where you can kind of hear it more.
Well, I see the safety stripes. That's about it.
Yeah, the lighting's really bad here, but
yeah, no, actually where you had it, Randall, was pretty good.
Yeah, right, like that.
Yeah, there you go, buddy.
So
yeah,
that one's got mid DPs. I'd say if it'll either have one on the rear or it won't have anything on the rear. Sometimes
Yeah, that coal train's still rolling. So now you're saying as it's leaving there, it's starting to climb?
Yep.
Huh.
Yep. They're already going. I'd say where the locomotives, the head ends at now, they're already starting up the grade.
Interesting.
And it's a pretty steep grade. I don't know exactly the exact percentage it is. I've heard it's anywhere from 1.5% to 2%. Now whether that's accurate, I don't know, but I know if you drive 63 highway, and if Roy Container Man is in the chat or listening in, he probably knows what I'm talking about, because once you leave there headed north towards Koshkonong, there's what used to be an old truck stop just off the highway. If you're going north, it's on the left, but if you actually look out the window, you're actually looking down at the train. By the time you get to Koshkonong, you're almost looking up at it, which is less than 8 miles away. So, kind of give you some idea.
Yeah. Mystic Railroad, Randall, is there an interchange with NS at Memphis?
Yeah, there is, Mystic. It's called NS Junction. I've been there a couple of times. Had to pick a cruise up there. The BNSF, they'll actually come off the end of the third sub at Memphis and over onto the Norfolk Southern. So yeah, they do interchange there. Some of our Z trains come from there. Also, some of our Q trains. These trains you're looking at here now, a lot of those will end up on NS. The thing about the stack trains, the Z and Q trains, a lot of times those trains will have NS power on them, and sometimes they'll be straight NS powered. There won't be any BNSF engines on them. In fact, about a week and a half ago, well, that train just left, had no DP on the rear, but just to finish what I was saying, about a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks ago now, we had NS 8025, one of the heritage units here, leading a train. So,
So basically, by the way you're talking, it sounds like BNSF is partnering with NS.
Yeah, it's sort of that way, Artie. This line that you're looking at is actually owned by BNSF. It's originally a Frisco main line. It started as the Frisco, but of course, Burlington Northern absorbed the Frisco in 1980. Then, of course, the BNSF merger. Depending on the year you look up, it's 95 or 96, but officially it was 1996, what everybody tells me. But so yeah, this line is still owned and operated by BNSF. So, but NS has trackage rights over this line.
Yeah.
So some of their trains actually wind up here. So it's actually not all that uncommon to see NS power. Sometimes straight sets of NS power running through here. So, in fact, just before Daryl put the link in, there was a Z train that was here that had had a BNSF motor and 2 NS motors on it. So, and also, like I've told people, this line will throw you a curveball every once in a while. You'll get something really unique here. You might get Santa Fe engine that's still in the yellow and blue scheme. You might get some off the wall railroad that just shows up randomly. That's always what I try to tell people. Always expect the unexpected here, because you never know when it's coming.
Right.
You may come here one day and see, just your run-of-the-mill BNSF stuff. You may come here another day, and there'll be a locomotive from a short line show up here. So,
well, that's what I noticed with my stepbrother in Prince, West Virginia. Like, he works down at the depot there, and even with him, there's always all sorts of roads that are actually coming down through there, through his part.
And I see Container Man's comment there. He was wondering where that hobby shop was. I posted a comment on his video. I don't know if he's had a chance to read it yet, but Roy, right after you pass the State Line gas station on the left side, right after that, there's a little road that turns off to the left. It's actually called State Line Road, but it's a tight, really tight, curvy little road. But it'll take you to that hobby shop, the muffler and hobby shop. So, and yes, you did hear me right. The hobby shop is located in a muffler shop. So,
that's a very good disguise. That would be.
Well, it's kind of neat. Or you can get your car worked on while you shop for trains.
Well, so, it's not just that. You can always turn around and say to your partner and the missus, it's like, I'm just going down to the car shop to get the muffler and some work done on the car, and you get the bill made out that you actually done repairs on the car, but in actual fact, you bought some trains. Actually, that works out pretty well. I like that idea.
Cool.
We're holding this train for something because I look down there and both signals are red. So there's apparently another northbound coming. So.
Derek says, I guess the trains don't make a lot of noise.
No, I'll tell you what, Derek, really they don't. I could probably stand right next to one of these engines and still talk about like you can hear me now. Maybe not. I might be exaggerating just a little bit, but still, they're not that loud when they're just sitting here.
No, and that is true. I mean, that is true. They're really not that loud.
And I've heard a lot of people talk about the scale trains Tier 4. They say, well, they're quiet. They're too quiet. And I'm quick to remind people, I've stood next to these things when they're running. They're literally not that loud. This truck I'm sitting in is louder than one of those Tier 4s.
Well, that's the same with a lot of the new engines we're getting here, but the scariest ones are our new passenger trains over here. They're so quiet. They're what they call deafening quiet. You don't hear them until they blitz on top of you. Even then, you only just hear them.
Yeah, I was actually dropping a crew off at Bay, Arkansas one time, and it was actually at the South Switch at Bay, and it's a very narrow little road. You know, probably just maybe a width of the van and maybe a half a van. So I'm sitting here trying to get turned around, and I just happen to look over to my right, and here comes this Z train barreling at us at 60 miles an hour, and it scared the living daylights out of me because we did not hear that thing coming. So. Yeah, we was trying to get turned around all so.
Because I know when I was doing my safety induction course to work on the railway lines, and one of the things they pointed out to us during our training is be prepared for the new trains. They are going to be quieter than what they are now. So it's a scary thought, isn't it? When you're working and you got to concentrate on what's coming around you instead of you doing your work. Or while you're doing your work.
But it's just wild how these things just sneak up on you nowadays.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool, though. I get a live stream on my stream.
Yeah. Why not? You get virtual railfan well on Cab Crew Wednesday, didn't it?
Yeah, no, I mean that's pretty cool. It really is. I enjoyed it. I was just shutting down my trains. They've been running now for 2 hours. All right, OTR later. Thank you for being here, my friend.
Yeah, buddy, go and get some work done, will you? Yeah, lazy sod.
So,
hey, Whitewall.
Hey, Whitewall. Hey, George. So, I don't know, Stephen, Wigwag Workshop, if you were in here earlier, you might not have been, but I was telling everybody about your video that you just posted today about your airbrushes. And I commented, and, and it is true. I didn't, I'm not much of an airbrusher, but I didn't realize there were different sizes of airbrushes. So I got to commend you on that video. You did a really, really nice video on that. And, and I do have the Harbor Freight ones. I do have a really, really nice one. I don't even know what it is. Haven't even used it yet, but, I actually like the Harbor Freights. They get the job done, just like as I commented. So, very good video. I liked it. So, all right, Dave from BNSFN Scale. Thank you for being here.
Hey, catch you later, Dave.
All right. Anybody else got anything they want to say? Randall, I'm gonna bring you down.
Yeah, go ahead, Daryl.
Yeah, no, I'm just enjoying the sight of the railroad yard. That's pretty cool.
So it's good to see trains moving.
Well, yeah, especially on a live stream. So let's put Steven's comment up here. He said, I appreciated you, Daryl. I was watching the hockey game and eating pizza with the lady. But of course. Absolutely. And good for you. So
he's the one that put up the video about the airbrushes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I have two airbrushes that are acting up on me. I got to see how to do something on them. Because the sprays air, but no paint comes out. So I got to figure out what's going on with that.
Yeah.
I got the master airbrushes. I don't know what brand that is.
Okay, so since nobody else really has anything they want to say, I think this is a pretty good stream, and I'm going to end it here. So everyone, a good night to you, and anybody up on the panel that wants to stay over for a few more minutes after I end the stream, you're more than welcome to stay. But I want to thank everybody for coming up and visiting Cab Crew Wednesdays. I really appreciate you guys, and we will all see you next week. Be safe out there, and we'll see you then.
Night all.
Take care, everyone.